Welcome everybody, welcome back to another tutorial. Today we are going to be having a look at the Google Play services thingy to implement in Subway Skater. I'm not so happy about this one simply because it changes all the time, so it might be a little bit different from when you do this, but it's a video we already made in the past, but we have to redo it again because they keep doing updates. This one is really specific to Subway Skater, so if you're following that series, then it's gonna be up to date, right? So let's just jump right into it. We have the Running Pingu now. We totally forgot about the Subway Skater. That is a thing of the past, simply because when I tried to do an update on Subway Skater, they actually declined it, since Subway Skater was a game that already exists out there, so they did not want me to use that. However, they did let me put it there at first. They just declined the update. God knows why, but we have to deal with it. Right, so in the link down there in the description below, you're going to be finding this exact link that I'm going to be pulling up. It is the Play Games plugin for Unity. It is going to be on GitHub, and this is maintained by Google themselves, I believe. Let's go ahead and clone this. Well, actually, all we have to do is download the zip. We don't need to clone this. Make sure you download this, and once you're done, you're going to be seeing this in your download folder. I'll go ahead and just extract this, and we'll have the Play Games plugin for Unity master. Let's go ahead and go under current build, and then we'll start talking about what this thing does. So let's double click on it. It's going to import directly in your project, and you'll be seeing a lot of things. So basic API, editor. I'm keeping everything, by the way, so I don't even have to look too much at it. I just want to make sure there's no demo or like sample scenes. So it doesn't seem like there's any of that right now. There is the Play Service Resolver, which we might need to remove eventually. I'll tell you why later, but just sneak peek. It's basically because it's not going to work with the Google, not with the Google, with the Facebook SDK if we keep this one in there. But I'll explain that in details later. Alright, so once you actually import this, you're going to have a very, very long time to wait, and that is if you're on the Android device. So if you're not on the Android device, make sure you actually switch to it, since we're building for Google Play services. So by default, we are actually, building on Android device. Oh yeah, right. So I already did that before. So I'm just gonna hit OK, and here we have it. So we have a bunch of upgrade being done down here. You're gonna be able to see it. They're going to write it down in the console. Now, the next thing you have to do is, as soon as I'm on freeze, I'm not freeze anymore, is you'll have to go under, I believe it is Window, Google Play Games, Setup, and do a Android setup. This is going to force you to wait again, and it's going to ask you for some firewall stuff. So what is this? That seems like it's safe, so it's using java.x. Sure, let's allow the access. Why not? And once this is completed, we'll have to head over to the website. And something I should have mentioned before, but you need to have done the publishing step before that. Else you'll have to create an APK and actually publish it out there. So let's go ahead and I'll click this link at the top here, open Play Game Console. And in here, there is something for Running Pingu. That is the thing we published. You have your application down here, that's perfect, but you'll want to have a game service now. So let's head down there, and let's do add a new game. What is the name of your game? In our case, it's the Running Pingu. Hopefully it's not Running Pingu for you, else you'll be struck by some kind of algorithm. It's an action game. Let's continue. And then once we have that, I think we have to link the APK, and it's going to give us a key we can put in our game. So I'm not quite sure how long this is going to take, so I'll just pause the video and I'll be right back. Alright, so that is pretty cool. We have our Running Pingu service. It's not out there yet, it's not published just yet. In case you've done some kind of mistake and you want to go ahead and modify it or just remove it completely, you can click on the draft here and you have the option to delete the game. You also have the option to publish, which it's not ready quite yet since we need to have green check marks everywhere. Right, description, it is a courageous Pingu, and of course I was going to make some mistake in that. Doing the slides and such. Okay, so that's the description. Action stays the same category. We don't have save game just yet. Eventually we'll have to turn that on though, because it's going to be part of later tutorials. Alright, so I've got some graphical asset. I'll just put them in here. So that's number 1. And number 2, I made sure to follow the resolution they gave me up here. Alright, so do we need anything else in here? I don't think so. Let's hit save. And then once your changes are saved, you'll be able to see a green check mark. So let's head over to the next one, link tabs. And currently we only have a Android app. So let's go up here. And also, I'd like to say something about what I said earlier. Yeah, we're using Google Play services, but they also work for iOS. So that's something that I got wrong. Definitely you can use iOS since I keep seeing it everywhere. Right, so we got this Running Pingu, that's fine. Package name. And once you do open the package name, you'll see a bunch of apps that you've put earlier on the Google Play console. So I just use the Running Pingu. That's the one we uploaded in episode 20th, the 20th episode. Right now there is no multiplayer, there is no real-time multiplayer, and there should be anti-piracy, so people don't download it off. Actually, it doesn't really matter since we don't have a paid app, but what this is going to do basically is going to make sure that this app is only downloaded from actually is only like the Play services are only accessed from apps that come from the Play Store. So if somebody download your app somewhere else, say on another kind of app website, they cannot access the Google Play services using that app. Basically, they need the one from the Google Play Store. Alright, so let's hit save and continue. We need to authorize our app, which we're going to do by clicking confirm. Okay, now everything got authorized, which is perfect. We now have the app ID, and don't try to just steal it from me like the keys there and all, but I'm going to remove this because I have to change the package name. It's still on Subway Skater, and that's kinda not really cool for my app, so I'll have to relaunch this quite soon. Anyway, once you have all of this information, let's head back into Unity, and we're going to be changing a little bit of these at the top here. So directory to save content, that's asset, that's fine. The class name, let's use Running Pingu Google Play Services. There we go. Okay, so next part is to fill in the resource definition, and now I tried to do it myself, but for some reason I still get some errors. So I'll go ahead and actually create one resource for the game and import it from the web. So let's actually go under, say, achievement, add an achievement, call it test achievement. Of course, that is something we'll do later on when we actually put some achievement in there. Super awesome Dogo Pototo. We need an icon, we'll just reuse it like the same one we used earlier. And let's say I don't really care about the rest so much. It's gonna give you 8,000 achievement point. And let's do a save. So achievement could not be saved. Okay, it has to be in between 5 and 200. Let's go and do save. And now we should have this button right here that says get resources. Let's go ahead, click on it, and we'll have all of this thing we can actually take, copy, and then go back in Unity, paste it in here, and hit set up. So I get a message saying resolution complete, and the Google Play game got configured successfully. Now at this point, everything here is completed, so everything on Unity is completed. We have to finish what we started on the website, so let's head over to the website and go under publishing, publish your game, and it's going to say by publishing you enable these services for the user. Right now we don't really have any. We have one achievement, which is obviously nothing. It's not even implemented in our code, so nobody can really unlock it right now. Let's still hit publish now so we can see what happens. So Running Pingu has been published. Now we have to wait until it is being approved, and until that happens, actually, is there any approving? I don't think there's any approving. I don't remember seeing those. Oh yeah, here it is. So we have the Running Pingu published, and it's working on Android only. Now of course you could unlock this for iOS. I believe that's a web browser and also WebGL. Alright, so our game is published, it's out there, and we are done integrating the Google Play services. Now this was really simple to do, and it should always be the same kind of steps that you go through. So the small thing that really annoys the most people is the fact that you can't really find the resources of your app, and if you want to write it down yourself, for some reason when I tried it didn't really work. So let me go back on the I'm on the wrong cam. Let me go back under the Google Play game setup, Android setup. This thing, you can try and write it down yourself. Couldn't get it to work at first, but still. And like I said, you are going to face a couple of other problems, including the Facebook SDK. So if you try to implement another SDK that uses the same kind of DLL, you might have two versions of the same DLL in your project, which is going to cause conflict. Now, something that is really important to note is if that does happen to you, you're going to see your DLL under the plugin folder, say over here. You find out which one is the most recent. So you're going to have the same kind of file over here, same kind of DLL. If you're crashing on, say, services task, you're going to have a look at the number right at the end over here and check out which one is the most recent. You're going to delete the one that is not the most recent. And that's pretty much it. After that, it should work, but you might encounter some other weird error. I remember seeing a lot of other errors in the comment of the first video, so just paste them down there or join us on Discord. If you join us on Discord, we're active most of the time there. You can ask questions under the programming help, which is right here. So you go in there, you get some help, you join, you help other people as well, and we all have a very good time. So guys, so it'd be great if you join there. And for those of you that are on Subway Skater right now, I'm just gonna give you, like, the video is over, but I'm gonna give you a small update on what we've did. Is we basically changed a lot of little assets here. We fixed the lighting, and it's the same game, you know, like it's the same gameplay, but a little bit different in terms of style. We also added different kind of prefab and different segments in the game. So if you just joined this place, if you just joined this video to see how we make it work, how we make the Google Play services work, you might want to actually tune in and learn how to make this game. We made it in about 20 episodes, which is less than 10 hours, I believe, of video. So you can just watch that, copy it, or learn and make this thing. So in the coming videos, we're going to be implementing achievement, leaderboard, and save. Those are the three big points I want to cover. And the most precious one really is the save, because save doesn't have much documentation on it online, and it is quite a pain to implement. So we'll go over that eventually, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be catching you in the next video. Cheers.